Hello, everybody. It is me, Postmodern Cowboy, and today do I have a treat for you. This is a little piece of video game history here. I'm going to do a number of such videos on different titles that have been influential to me, to my creative process, that have spurred on my interest in space or science fiction or video games in general. And this is the piece. This is the game that transformed my childhood. Back in the day, I was unfortunate enough, or fortunate enough, depending on how you look at it, to have parents who decided the Macintosh computer was the way to go. All of my friends were on PCs; they all had consoles, and I was playing my games on Mac. And I don't think I was allowed to have video games as a kid. It was a very new thing in the life of a child in the 90s. But after a lot of convincing and cajoling, I was allowed to install video games on the family computer if I could get my hands on them. Now, how did I get my hands on them? Primarily through demo discs. There were a series of Mac OS demo discs back in the day where you could get video games. Not the full games, more of like demos. Some of them were full games. I do recall a few full games shipping in magazines, but predominantly they were demos. So Spaceward Ho was like the first science fiction game I ever played, and that was an early game for Mac OS. It still stands up, still a lot of fun. I reinstalled it, or I installed it. Very different computer now. I installed it a few weeks ago. Gave it a little try. It was a lot of fun, just as I remembered it. And somewhere in the late '90s, I got access to the internet, and I started to look for games like Marathon and early titles that had some science fiction elements. I found a game called Ares, which was a space war simulator from a company called Ambrosia SW. Now, on Ambrosia SW's website, they had another space game, and this company, Ambrosia Softworks, it is now defunct, unfortunately. The other game was Escape Velocity, and there were subsequent versions of Escape Velocity. This on screen in front of me is Escape Velocity Original. Escape Velocity Override followed it. I think that was like 98 or 99, and then Escape Velocity Nova in the 2000s just set the bar. Just set the bar for storytelling in space. All of these games are phenomenal. They are an act of pure brilliance. This is genius game design, very good writing, very good world building. I, of course, would give any of these games, any of them, a 10 out of 10. And I believe they were fundamental in creating a genre. Like Elite is more famous. Elite Dangerous and Elite Precursor inspired games like Escape Velocity, not certainly the other way around. Elite predates it by quite a little bit, but Escape Velocity took the concepts from Elite and made them very accessible, made them very fun by melding them with Asteroids, with like a top-down two-dimensional space shooter. And I just cannot get enough. I cannot get enough of these games. This really, I did a video the other day on like change in velocity, the game Delta V. This is similar. Certainly the ideological and conceptual predecessor to games like Delta V, but yeah, worth downloading and playing, and it's freely available. This was a shareware game, so you got a demo, and then you would pay for a license if you were a lucky kid whose parents would let you use the credit card. I wasn't, so I always got killed by Hector the parrot in Escape Velocity Nova. And actually, what this is right now, I'm running Escape Velocity Nova, a Windows port of Escape Velocity Nova with a plugin for Escape Velocity or Escape Velocity Override. So you can still play the classic EV experience. Very, very few differences. I don't know what those differences are offhand, but it's available on the website. I'll put the link down in the comments. I encourage you, 10 out of 10, go download this, go play it, enjoy it, soak it up in all of its richness, and get ready, because apparently one of the writers or game designers from Override is producing an Override clone, and I'll also put a link to that down in the description. where they're kickstartering right now, or were at least in the last couple of years for an Override sequel or revisitation. And again, that's something that needs to happen. I didn't wind up donating to that Kickstarter. I don't know if it's still active, but if it is, I will donate because I love these games and they totally changed my life. You know, I'm a diehard sci-fi nerd because of this stuff. Anyway, that's enough talk from me. I'm going to kick it in. Our pilot today will be Dalton Perry. That's the name of a character from a science fiction novel I am writing. The ship is the Scorpion Frog. It is a shuttlecraft. This is a basic shuttle, and we currently have a clean legal standing. We're totally harmless, and it's Mayday 2246. That's cool. The game starts on Mayday. Anyway, let's kick it in. So, what is escape velocity? Escape velocity is a, like I said, two-dimensional space game, top down. You see our little shuttlecraft in the middle here. If I click through, these are other ships which can be targeted and interacted with. The larger ships are called the Argosy. I do have a cursor. That's interesting. I don't remember there being a cursor in the original game. Larger ships are called the Argosy. The smaller ship is a shuttle. This ship over here is a militia corvette. And so there's no collision. You can just see I'm flying through the asteroids. And, you know, it's a game of space flight and space exploration, where you expand your understanding of the known universe. What is this thing that's just come in? That is a militia defender. So it's like a type of fighter. It's just so nostalgic. I just remember so many good times playing this game. Oh, wow. Okay, so planetary landings are pretty straightforward. You press L. In this case, we're in orbit over the planet Levo. I've heard the storyline offhand, but it's basically like there were aliens. They came to our solar system. We fought them, and then we won by expanding the human empire. And now the human empire spans the galaxy. And there's a rebellion. There's a rebellion against the Confederation. So it's not a confederacy, it's a confederation. But the Confeds are the government. We have the blue and the gray ships, and the rebels have the red and the gray ships. And it's the Confederacy versus the rebels in space. I think that's it for this one. There's not much in the way of storyline in the original. And there still is. There's lots of depth. There's great writing. But it's... you know, okay, so each planet has its own description, and this was something that stuck out to me again. When I mentioned world building earlier, each planet in Escape Velocity has its own, you know, it's not a complex world building, but it is a world built. This is a tiny but neutral spaceport located on an island in its southern ocean. This is an ocean planet that's resisted joining the Confederation. Anyone is welcome. This is what you need to know about Levo. And if I go to the commodity exchange, they have food, industrial supplies, medical stuff, metal, and equipment available on this planet. That's pretty straightforward. Mission computer, so you can take missions. You know, here's a bunch of missions to Mars: 12 tons, 7 tons, 16 tons. So I could do, like, what do I have? 20 tons of space. So I could do 2 deliveries to Mars here. You know, I could accept this mission and this mission. I actually haven't checked the map to see how far Mars is. If I go to the spaceport, I'll get a mission right away. But so Mars is down over here. And Mars would be, of course, in the Sol system. So we're actually going to set our course to the unknown space. And again, it is unknown space, right? These gray systems I haven't visited. Once you visit them, I think it added to your map later on in Nova. And I think in Override, you can buy system maps that start to reveal the surrounding area a little faster. Maybe you can even do that in this. I forget a lot of this stuff. It's been a dog's age. I think I was definitely not old enough to drink the last time I played this, but you know, I was pretty young, probably like 11 or 12 the last time I played. Someone's offering me a mission. There's a fight in the system. That's that sounds, that pew pew in the background. Okay, so we're at Centauri. Don't tell Wando.
Everybody's cute.
And And again, like bringing up Babylon 5, but like by timeline, this game was in the mid to late 90s. Babylon 5 was in its run, in its show running. The arc of the show was going on at this time. Okay, we've arrived in the Sol system, and so what do we have here? We've got Stardock Alpha, we've got Earth, we've got Luna, and then down here to the southwest, I think we got Mars. And it's a two-dimensional Newtonian flight model. The ship just sort of like drifts. You can slow it down, you can speed it up. And so we've unloaded the industrial goods and we've unloaded the metal. And I'm going to refuel the ship. That's really important, folks. Refuel your ship. So when shows like Babylon 5, and I think Deep Space Nine were in their arcs, this game was contemporaneous to that. And so, like, as a sci-fi nerd in the 90s, and I wasn't watching Babylon 5 again, wasn't allowed to watch a lot of unstructured television, certainly not unsupervised. No, my parents weren't going to sit through, space aliens and space diplomacy. This game made, an experience for a lot of folks, made a connection between those sorts of space opera genre stories and gameplay, which like hadn't really been done before. Elite was pretty much it. I think maybe the Wing Commander games pushed at that a little bit, but this is a deep and rich world. I'm on Mars. I go to the spaceport bar. I can hire a ship to escort me. There's no one to hire. I can watch the news. Decreased demand has lowered the price of equipment. And the starport, what does this say? Sergil. Okay, I can't read the tiny text on my screen, to be honest, and I got my glasses on, but it's pretty tiny. These ship outfitting, nothing is available, and commodities. You can buy keychains from Mars. Maybe there's somewhere to sell keychains for more. I'm going to visit Earth and the Stardock and see what's going on there. There should be a quest somewhere here. Let's see what's up on Earth. Confederate capital. You got these cool outfits you can buy for ships, and there's so many. So I can buy a regional map, right? Use some of my hard-earned cash to buy. I'm not going to do that. Buy an auto refueler, so I don't have to remember to refuel when I arrive at the station. Up to and including like fighter bays and fighters that go in them, laser turrets, auto eject, an escape pod, IFF decoder, and a density scanner, things that show you the disposition and the size of things on your radar. Just this thing up in the top right. Obviously a good idea, but I'm not going to spend any of my money right now. I'm just showing you. The ship customization is so detailed, so involved. Again, I haven't seen a game like this. Since this was pure genius. A lot of people try to copy this model. Like you see this screen a lot in space games now. Oh, ship upgrades, outfits, but like escape velocity was just a step ahead and a cut above. Okay, and let's see what ships are available for sale. So, blast from the past here. The light freighters, the Argosy, which is kind of like a light freighter but beefy. Actually, I made a model Argosy in like grade five. We had rocket building in science class, so we built model rockets, and I built an Argosy. It didn't go anywhere. It like exploded in the launch pad spectacularly because it was made of clay. It was like 10 pounds of clay with a rocket motor. It was a bomb basically, but I learned something with rocketry, which is that aerodynamics are important, and the Argosy, as much as it looks like a starship, as much as a SpaceX starship. Is maybe an impractical design if you haven't engineered it precisely. The Kestrel, right? This is a 10 million credit ship, powerful ship available, the most powerful ship available to civilians. The Kestrel's like the gold standard in piracy. If you want to be a pirate, you scrape together 10 million plus the money to outfit it, and you buy a Kestrel. You put fighters in it, and you go out and you hunt things down. Corvette's a winner. I think that was like my favorite ship to fly around in, the Corvette. Or there's like another version of the Corvette, which is white. It's a luxury liner, same size and scale of ship, but I think your first buy is supposed to be like the Clipper or the Scout ship, and then the Clipper, and then maybe then maybe a courier, yeah, courier for sure, and then up to the rapier, which the game's mascot, Captain Hector the parrot, flies around in and harasses you to pay for your license. Anyway, that's the that's the shipyards. Dump garbage. I've never dumped garbage. Excess waste materials need to be transported to. Where is this place? How far away is that? 20,000 credits to travel. How far? Not that far. I don't know which way it goes there, but you dump garbage on a planet? Or into the star? That's the premise of the sci-fi I'm writing is all about solar disposal. Interesting. Transport cargo to Dark Star. Dark Star was always my favorite place to visit. Yeah, let's go to Dark Star. I think it's the Rebel capital. I think. And I'm going to just check Stardock Alpha here. Confederate Navy's primary space dock and ship refitting complex. We have anything else for sale here? No, nothing unusual. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, oh, see, there's a luxury liner there. It's kind of like the Corvette. The warping between systems is just such a memorable experience. The thrum of your engines and the tear of the hyperspace rift, because that's definitely how it works. I don't know. It's just and so I'm going to do a couple videos. I'm going to do this little intro to Escape Velocity, then I'll play some Override, and then I'll probably play Nova from a more advanced point in the plot. We'll go all the way to Capella because I can. I have the fuel for it. Why not? Have fuel, will travel. Yeah, I'll show probably some later stages in EV Nova once I get around to playing that far into the game. But I'm just going to do a series of these little like space game intros / reviews in the coming days and weeks because I want to pay homage to the things that inspired me, and I want to share them with people. I know not everybody's going to go out and download this, but maybe somebody out there mentioned Escape Velocity and their friend was like, huh? And they decided to Google it. They found this video, and now they know that Escape Velocity is one of the greatest games ever made. It's so simple and so brilliant, so simple and so brilliant. I did refuel. Okay, let's go to this place. Yeah, I can't say enough good things. I can't say enough good things about the game design. Yep, Arrakis. Here's a Frank Herbert reference right here. Wonder what Arrakis. Oh yeah, see the planet is called Dune. Ooh, there's a real heavy fight going on somewhere. Who's fighting what? Rebels? That's a rebel destroyer there. Okay. Parched desert worlds. The few people who live on this planet do so for the solitudes. Mod exchange? Can I get like sandworm parts? No. Spaceport bar? No missions. And it's just like general freight deliveries and stuff available. But it is Dune in the Arrakis system. Ooh, there's a rebel fleet there. That's neat. Okay, Dark Star in the Nemesis system. What Dark Star is a reference to, but it is a reference to something. Okay, made a little more money. The massive red giants, a star which nearly exhausted its supply of nuclear fuel. At night on the planet, the beautiful Serpent's Nebula can be seen drifting across the sky. The people of Dark Star are expert metalworkers, able to turn piles of raw sheet metal into a myriad of useful industrial equipment. See, that's background. That's something that each planet has like this unique thing. And if I go to the commodity exchange, yeah, so like metal is high because it's a metalworking planet. They want to buy metal, but equipment is very cheap. Equipment's very cheap, so you can set up like a trade route buying equipment in Dark Star and selling it. And the more you buy, the more the prices fluctuate. Like that was genius. That like predated that mechanic in so many other games. There's games where that has to be modded in that came out like 2 years ago. That kind of micro economy. Spaceport bars, nothing to do. And is there anything else new in that? No. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good intro. You know, I could show you some quests or like how that works. I'd have to go back to LeFo and land. I didn't want to drag this video on for too long. I've been going for what 20 minutes now. That's perfect. This is Escape Velocity, folks. Try it out. Go find it. Again, the link's down in the description. It is a now free game. I guess it's abandonware. And I'm going to do, again, a more space game abandonware reviews. I'm about to just jump from this right into another piece of abandonware, a totally different genre that I want to showcase as well. But this is worth a play. And it's such a hat tip to the entire genre that preceded it. It's a game that walks on the shoulders of giants, but is itself inspirational in so many ways. And I really truly hope that the Kickstarter and development cycle for the sequel, which is supposed to be a sequel to actually the second game in the series, Escape Velocity Override, which is very similar. I hope that it goes ahead. I hope that someday I get to play that, and that when I have children, they get to play that, because this is truly great art. Truly great art. So that's where I'm going to leave that. Thanks for watching. This is Postmodern Cowboy playing Escape Velocity from Ambrosia SW, a 1990s, late 1990s Mac OS exclusive space game. If you like watching me play Mac OS exclusive space games or any games, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, see you in space.